is a review of the 1998 Ford F-150. And the reason why it's such a pertinent time in history to do a review of such a tried and true American workhorse is because it's 2019. And 2019 makes it the 20th anniversary of the 50th anniversary's special edition Ford here.
Actually, that would make it 21, the 21st anniversary.
21st anniversary? Why, that's a beer's anniversary. Even better. Drink up, you old queen. This beautiful pony under here is a 4.2. Okay, a little engineering from the Americans has went sour over the years, but this little pony right here is a 4.2 liter Ford V6, part of the modular family that came out with this generation of pickup truck. And the special fun fact not a lot of people know about this motor itself is that somehow this motor can take a gallon of gasoline in just under 12 miles and make it disappear. I've looked under the truck where the gasoline goes, it's not leaking out. I've looked out of the tailpipe, it's not burning out of there. You got me. I've looked everywhere for where that gasoline could possibly go. I've even got inside of it and see if the truck turns that gasoline into horsepower, and it doesn't. So what this truck does is something that baffles the scientific community. The oh great and almighty Neil deGrasse Tyson himself can't explain how this truck does its vanishing act. It violates the conservation of mass principle that everybody learns back in high school and middle school, and it takes something and just makes it disappear.
Because according to his writings and his poems...
So this beautiful old super cab two-wheel drive V6 F-150 from 1998 makes 205 horsepower, which is a really fun fact because now you can get a Toyota Camry with 305 horsepower. So it doesn't really do a good job of getting out of its own way, and it burns a lot of fuel in the process, which is odd. The motor above this, the 4.6 liter V8 of the same year model, only made like 15 more horsepower, and they got about the same gas mileage. So I don't really see any benefit if you're in the market for one of these for picking up the V6 version, because it just sucks all the balls in all the wrong directions.
I'm sorry, it does what?
But the tow numbers on this are actually pretty good. It was rated to tow about 7,200 pounds. I imagine 7,200 pounds would about work this old dog to death. But the payload is also 1,750 pounds. One of the good things you get when you don't get a four-door truck is you actually get some savings in the weight of the overall truck, and you can use that weight to actually put in your bed and do some work. So the payload is 1,750 pounds, but we've all heard the numbers. We've all heard the stats from Motor Trend. We're familiar with this stuff, but in a real-world setting, can this truck actually haul your personal baggage? Because personal baggage is heavier. It's dead weight. It's hard to pick up. It's hard to handle. Nobody's going to help you with it. So can this truck handle your personal baggage? Because those numbers are going to come out a little bit differently. Let's hop in the bed and take a look. So you can see it will hold one 34-year-old man's self-doubt which I've built up a pretty good amount of, which pales in comparison, which is much heavier than any 1,750 pounds that Ford claims. I don't want to seem too negative. Obviously, I'm carrying around a lot of, what does that thing say?
Doubt.
Doubt. So I got all my self-doubt loaded in the back of the truck, but I don't want to be super negative because I do also have some hopes and dreams, and let's see if that truck can take that baggage, because this is an uplifting channel. So, can the Ford F-150 also haul what's left of my hopes and dreams? Let's go see if the Ford can also take the payload of my vast amount of hopes and dreams that I still have left in this small container. Let's go check it out, gang. Oh, no. No. No, it's all I had. Elizabeth, turn the camera off. This is all I had left. This is all. We can save it. We can save some, baby. I can save some. I can save some. I can save some. I got some water. Elizabeth, don't worry. Don't leave me, Elizabeth. I've still got hopes and dreams. I can save some. I can get in with the water. Elizabeth, it's not all gone. I can get my hopes and dreams. They're not washing away right in front of me. Elizabeth, I'm here for you, baby. We can save some, please. Please, we can save some. Fuck. Shit. And all I had left. I knew I should have just used a prop, but I brought my real fucking hopes and dreams out here. So, here's the final test. If it'll hold what's left of my hopes and dreams and my self-doubt in the payload of this Ford F-150. And it's almost like my hopes and dreams didn't affect the payload at all. So that's a thumbs up on the payload department of the Ford F-150. It's a feature. See, the Honda Pilot thought it was the, what's that name? What's the name of the Honda truck? See, the Honda Ridgeline thought it was the first one to have a tailgate that swung both directions. It was actually the Ford F-150 from 1998 already had a double moving tailgate. F-150. And that's built Ford tough. Toby Keith told me so. Side of the 1998 Ford F-150. As you can see, it's appointed with a really luxurious, almost couch-like, overstuffed cloth seats. Nice bench seat in the front. If you take a look back here, we've got these nice clamshell doors, and the nice thing about the clamshell doors on the F-150 is that there's only a third door that opens on the passenger side, which is really nice. If you've got some groceries or something and you're driving the truck, you always have to come around to the other side so you can access the back doors. That's a really nice thing that Ford engineered back in the day. No oversight there on their part. So let me set you in the mood to the proud owner of a truck in 1998. So this truck was brand new. Google was just founded. The little blue pill that saved marriages all across the country came out for public release. And Bill Clinton was president of the United States of America. And speaking of Bill Clinton, it reminds me of the nickname we come up for this old truck here, and it's Señor Cosquillas. And Señor Cosquillas is Spanish for Mr. Tickles. Let me show you why we call this truck Mr. Tickles. There's no air conditioning coming out right now. And that's because the only way to get the air conditioning is to reach your full fist inside of this hole right here and flip that latch inside of there. Now we have cool AC, and that's why this truck's named Mr. Cosquillas. You can see here, this is about the generation when Ford switched over from carburetor to fuel injection. I'm guessing these have something to do with the fuel injector. We've got a lot of wires in this old truck laying around. It's got an airbag. Yeah. This is for the passenger safety. You've got an airbag system here, which somehow does. We also installed this custom latch. This is not from Ford Motor Company. And when that's bumping around, driving you crazy, you just zip her lips right there with that custom fabricated piece. It also features electronic power windows.
Does that
works.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. 1. 1. 1. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.